Are you ready to test your wine knowledge and your wine IQ? I am Jacqueline and welcome back to the channel Hourglass of Wine. This is episode number 3 of our Guess the Wine Blind Tasting Challenge series, where the tasting is indeed blind. But for you, not for me. Because I do know what wine is in this bag, but it's you that needs to guess it. So, if you are new to this series, the rules of the game are pretty simple. I am going to taste this wine and very carefully describe it to you. I will be telling you how it looks, how it smells, and how it tastes. After that, I'm going to give you 10 different clues about the wine. You will start with full hearts. Every clue you need in order to guess the wine will cost you a life. This means that the sooner you guess the wine, the more hearts will be left and the higher your final score will be. You ready to start playing? In this episode, you are required to guess the European denomination or appellation of the wine in the glass. And that's as much information as you're going to get for free. So let's get on with the tasting. First, look at this color. It isn't a pale watery white, no, it's a deep, intense golden yellow. And it looks almost viscous in the glass. It's a thick wine. It clings to the sides of the glass. It looks like it has some age to it thanks to the color as well. And the nose? Oh my gosh, it's just explosive, intense. I'm getting beeswax and honey, but buttered brioche and a lot of really ripe fruitiness like yellow apples. But underneath all of that richness, there's a little bit of something else, like a smell of wet stones, something kind of salty like sea air or some minerality. On the palate, this wine is full-bodied for certain. It really coats my mouth. It feels creamy and round. It's almost fatty in texture. But as I swallow, that creaminess vanishes and is replaced by a laser-sharp acidity. The wine leaves my mouth watering. And the finish is pure minerality. It's like licking a stone or a seashell. It's savory, salty, incredibly long, yet buttery at the same time. The wine really has two opposing souls, I feel like. It's on one hand rich and buttery, yet on the other it's very sharp and stony. So, you think you know what the wine is from that description? Let's see if your guess survives the clues. So let's get playing. Remember, for each clue that you need to use, you will lose a life point. So the sooner you guess the wine, the more points you end up with. Clue number 1. We bought this bottle at the winery during a visit to the region, and it cost us at the time around 35 euros. For a wine of this age and this pedigree, this is a good deal. The wine from this area is generally considered less costly than a nearby, more famous neighbor. But seeing as this wine from this appellation are generally high quality, prices are starting to creep up there. Clue number 2. This wine's ABV alcohol is 13%, which is just a touch higher than the average for the region, which has a cool continental climate and therefore generally lower alcohol contents. Clue number 3. The vintage of this wine is a 2007. When we bought it back in 2022, this was the current release for that producer. This producer is famous for holding on to wines for a long time, like 10 to 12 years before releasing them to the public. However, this is not typical of the appellation that we're guessing today, where the wines are generally released on the younger side. Clue number 4. Actually, we have been a little bit tricky with this wine because this is not a truly typical specimen of the appellation because of this long aging and the unique winemaking techniques that are applied. More generally, wines from this appellation are fresh and will be known for their minerality and acidity. Clue number 5. Speaking of winemaking techniques, remember that buttery brioche flavor that I described in the tasting? You might think that this was due to aging in oak barrels, but you would be wrong because this wine really had 0 oak aging, and that is pretty normal for the appellation actually. This creaminess will actually come purely from malolactic conversion, aging time, and lees contact, not from wood contact. The wood aging, while technically allowed in the appellation, is not that common in it. Clue number 6. This is a monovarietal wine, meaning it is made from 100% of one grape only. And specifically, that is a very well-known international variety in this case. Clue number 7. You can think of this appellation figuratively as an island that is detached about 62 miles or 100 kilometers from the mainland region. It's often considered a subzone of a larger and very famous region, despite being quite a bit away. Clue number 8. The soil from this region is famous. It's called Kimmeridgian soil. It's a mix of clay, limestone, and millions of tiny fossilized oyster shells from the Jurassic period. This is what gives the wine that gunflint, minerally, and salty characteristic that are typical in the appellation. Clue number 9. As I mentioned in the introduction, this is an European appellation that we're talking about, but now I'm going to add that it's specifically a French AOC wine. The name of that AOC comes from a town where the region is centered around. Clue number 10. In this appellation, the vineyards are strictly classified into 4 quality levels. This particular bottle sits in at the second highest level, or the Premier Cru, and specifically the Premier Cru Vaillon. Other levels are Grand Cru, Petite, and the name of the AOC itself. All right, it is finally time for the reveal. But first, if you are enjoying this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel for more wine edutainment and more wine games like this one. It goes a long way to help our channel grow. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna do it. Here it comes. The appellation is Chablis AOC. This wine itself is a 2007 Domaine Daniel Etienne Diffet. Now, as we alluded to, Chablis is famous for wines that are crisp and steely, but this specific producer shows us that Chablis can also be rich, golden, and honeyed without ever touching a barrel. It's a great marriage of the Chardonnay grape and the Kimmeridgian soil and just the right winemaking techniques. Were you able to identify the appellation? How many life points did you need to use? Let us know in the comments below. I know this episode was a trickier one. We kind of threw you a curveball with this wine as it's not a classic interpretation of the most common wines that you find from the appellation, but it is a great example of a well-aged wine from the appellation. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked this game, please leave a like below and be sure to subscribe. To keep playing, you are welcome to check out this playlist. And if you prefer a more traditional quiz, how about this playlist with more of our wine quizzes? I will see you in one of those videos. Cheers!